بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم أغفر ثواب ما قرأناه وقبرناه وهللناه إلى روح سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الله وإلى أرواح أزواجه صلى الله عليه وسلم. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الله وإلى أرواح أربعة أئمة مجتهدين منهم أبو بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي رضي الله عنهم أجمعين. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. ثم إلى روح عمتك حسينة حسنى حاجة حسنى اللهم اغفر لها وارحمها واسكنها في الجنة النعيم. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم اغفر ثواب ما قرأناه وقبرناه وهللناه إلى روح عمتك حجة حسنة اللهم اغفر لها وارحمها واسكنها في الجنة النعيم. الفاتحة. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم اغفر لها وارحمها وعافها وعاف عنها وأكرم نزلها ووسع مدخلها وأغسلها بالماء والثلج والبلد ونقيه من الذنوب والخطايا كما نقيت الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. اللهم اغفر له وارحمه وأسكنه في الجنة النعيم. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم حجة حسن عمتك وابنة عمتك خرجت من روح الدنيا وسعتها ومحبوبها وحباها فيها إلى ظلمة القبر وما هي لقيها كانت تشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت وأن محمد عبدك ورسولك وأنت عالم بها منا. اللهم إنها نزلت بك وأنت خير منزول بها وأصبحت فقيرة إلى رحمتك وأنت غني عن عذابها وقد جئناك راغبين إليك الشفاء له. اللهم إن كانت محسنا فزد في إحسانها وإن كانت مسيئا فتجاوز عنها ولقيها برحمتك الأمن من عذابك حتى تبعثها إلى جنتك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم صل ثواب ما قرأناه وقبرناه وهللناه إلى روح عبدك الحاج عبد النور كاليسا اللهم اغفر له وارحمه واسكنه في الجنة النعيم. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. ثم إلى روح عبدك الشيخ الدكتور أنس عبد النور كاليسا اللهم اغفر له وارحمه واسكنه في الجنة النعيم. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. ثم إلى روحي. اللهم اغفر اللهم اغفر اللهم اغفر اللهم اغفر جميع أموات المسلمين كافة عامة من لهم زائر ولا زائل لهم. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافيه وعاف عنهم وأكرم نزله ووسع مدخلهم وأغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبلد ونقيه من الذنوب والخطايا كما نقيت الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. اللهم اغفر لأهل القبور من المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات. اللهم اجعل في قبورهم ضياء ونورا والفحسة والسرور والبهجة والحبور والمغفرة على أهل القبور إنك ملك رب غفور رحيم. اللهم لا تدع لنا في مقامنا هذا ذنب إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا مريضة إلا شفيته ولا فقير إلا غنيته ولا ميت إلا رحمته ولا قرب إلا نفست ولا عدو إلا نصرت ولا حاجة من حوائج الدين والدنيا والآخرة إلا قضيتها برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم آتي نفوسنا تقواها وزكيها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها يا رب العالمين. اللهم لا تذيق قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم إن ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحم لنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. اللهم اغفر لنا والوالدين وارحمهم كما ربونا الصغار. اللهم اغفر لنا والإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك الرؤوف الرحيم. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ويا نعم المولى ويا نعم النصير. غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن لله عبادا فطنا طلقوا الدنيا وخافوا الفتنة نظروا فيها فلما علموا أنها ليست لحي وطنا جعلوها لجة واتخذوا صالح الأعمال فيها سفنا. إن لله ما أعطى وله ما أخذ وكل شيء عنده بأجل مسمى فلتصبروا ولتحتسبوا. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه منارات الهدى ومصابيح الدجى ومن اهتدى بهديهم إلى يوم الدين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. abantu bitwa abaryaha butebe twabaramusya omu izina lya Mukama kandi ntubashabira obusinge. Enseegi Rwanga kuyagihangire yahanga buri kimwe cyona ekyo muntu ari kwetenga kugira bamujye. Enshozi zizimu kureba, enyanja, emigera kuyamazire kubihanga n'omuntu yamuhanga yakwata tenda yagita aha meeza yabuuza enshozi yabuuza iguru eriri turya higuru yabuuza n'omuntu ati nohora areberere ebyasigara hetora omuntu enshozi zetorane ninga emiti ninga emigera ninga enyanja hagira icyareberere bindi na n'omuntu akarimu konka abo kugira ngo omuntu Ruhanga kamuhanga ryo mutano omuntu yarugayo biri ebindi bikanga. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala natugambira mu Qur'ani, a'udhu billahi minash shaitani rrajim, inna aradna al-amanata 'ala as-samawati wal-ardi wal-jibal fa'abayna an yahmilnaha wa ashfaqna minha wa hamalaha al-insanu innahu kana zaluman jahula. Omuntu yagira taa eiguru kuryaburize ti Ruhanga natwara omulimo ogwo gwo kureberera ebindi hari muki ngo aha muheru ni urabuzibwe ngo ebintu kabitambuza oto munsi. Enshozi zabuza ekyanje ninyetenga ki ngo ine kureberera buri kimwe kandi ukakikwata je nko kunakihanga ahizoba rya muheru ryo kubara buri kimwe abariwe nabuza. Enshozi zitinga emigera yayanga omuntu atinyuwe ninkibasa twacekorera konka aha muheru ya ayejo Allah nagira nti innahu kana zaluman jahula. Omuntu ahabwo butamanye byabire nibyijo mu misho aketo mu buzibu obwataramanyire konko buzibu nibwija ryari wotakozire ebyo inekora. Omuntu omunsi omu omulimo gweye mukuru no kuramya Ruhanga, omulimo gwa kabiri no kuombeka ensi. Hariho ekikurenga haho aba masheka baryaha barimu nimuza kumpabura kuramya Ruhanga na no kuombeka ensi. Konko kuombeka ensi nubanza wayetereza nchori kureba Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala yagizire mu suratul mulku, tabarakalladhi biyadihi almulku wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Nyamuhanga Ruhanga arya higuru tumuhimbise tumuramye owahangire buri kimwe kandi ayine buri kimwe omungaro zeye. Ayina amagara gitu ebitukutina byona abyino mu ngaro. Ruhanga wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir kandi tine kikumurema. Iwe cyo kuteka ngo ni kihango omumisho ga Ruhanga yatugira ngo tihine ikikumurema. Innahu ala kulli shay'in qadir, buri kimwe nakibasa. Bwa buryo burwire obutukutina bukuza kutwiho munsi Ruhanga nabasa kutambira utajanjabirwe no kujanjabwa. Bwa buryo bworo ari bwo rukutina ari cyo kintu kikuro munsi Ruhanga nabasa kuhesente abantu bebuze ngo konka nanka kanakora mununga atakora mununga kaniwe yazitungire. Aho kwa kuri byabire biryebyo abakuhinga ku rugo mukasheshe bukira nibo babiri nibo kubiri nibakiza yo bugiga. Abakutera amatafari bakatutuka bakarara hatanuru nibo bokubiri nibakiza yo bugiga. Konka kandi oreba abayino bugiga tibo bakutamwa amani mingi nko kutukuteka teka. Wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir, bishimwe nakibasa. Yija yatugambira ngo khalaqal mauta wal hayata, wewe nyine niwe yayihangire amagara agitwine yamara yahanga ayifakta akagamba rufu atakagambire amagara. Aho kuba katwiha ahitwabire turi tukatahurire yatuhamagara twaba bahurire yamara ubwire ni buhika natwihaho. Khalaqal mauta wal hayata, tunoyibuza bwenki yabandize kugamba okufa kandi abakubishoma tuhurire atwijuse ngo umuheru ehitwarugire niyo tukugira ki yo tukugaruka. Khalaqal mauta wal hayata, akabihanga habwaki yatuhenshonga liyabluwakum, atutaha minzani atuhe kigezo aturebe ayukum ahsanu amala, kumwikirize kutwara obuvunanyizwa bw'ensegi nohora abikoreje. Liyabluwakum ayukum ahsanu amala, nohari kuzakora ebiruhanga yamutumire kukora. Wa huwa al-azizu al-ghafur, aha muheru yagira ahabwe kitinisa cyeye namanyangu nituzakora inshobi konka ine kitinisa cyeye nabasa kusharaho natusasira ayine kitinisa cyeye ntubasa kushisha omunsi tushishe kandi turi kukimanya ngo turi muntu tushisha konka turekeho tuhurire abwe kitinisa cyeye wa huwa al-azizu al-ghafur aine kitinisa kandi na asasira cyamanyisa ngo wabo kino bwire garuka yokore ebiruhanga ari kwetaga ebyari kushaba ngo kore ahabwo kuba tukeha tukikiriza obushobozi bwo kutwara misho enseji warebe enseji ensozi ezo nko kumukuzirebe emishozi ejo noreba kire kintu cyango konko muntu eze nshozi ejo nywe narazigire muna na qadi ahanso kuko abantu nibarabayo hariyo emihanda nibatimba yotini urushozo rwe nko kori kurureba sebo commission urusozo ngabo urulaba mundu wansi wali yamakubo umwana Adamu ekitegeeza nti akisobola omuntu nabasa kutambuza enseji nko kwali kwenda abo kuba ino bushoborozi ahanseji konka nokore bihikire byokola bye bituufu norebe enjojo norebe kichunchu norebe entene bintu bihango byinamani konko muntu nabitegeka ahabwacha abo kwa ruhanga kamuho bushoborozi konka ruhanga cya kukwendamu yamara kugambira ati primary reason primary purpose yo kuhanga okufa ni nyenda nyineho minzana aho liyakhtabirakum na abapima nohora akore ebinamutumire ahabwo kubaha muheru wota bikozire hariyo kubarwa abakushoma waheza kushoma nibakuto mu kizamu wazo mu kizamu nibaga burijo nashoma ninga burijo nazana wabigwa ubire nuzana wabika kikumanyiso bire nushoma so turya hakigezo twamanya ngo kufa kuriyo twamanya nguruhanga katuhamagara akatuhe byaki wenyine yatugambira ati mukore ebinabatumire nko muntu nikiba kiri kirungi ebigambo binabanza kugamba nti inna lillahi ibadan futana ruhanga ina abantu beye kabire bigambo byo mushija juti Qur'an ti hadisi yagira ati inna lillahi ibadan futana ruhanga ina abantu kuyahangira abantu umubantu harimwe abantu taraku dunya wa khafu alfitana kubare ebirensi akahuje kali kingi okwejabiriza kuri kwingi ajangwe byensi tubigende hompora wa khafu alfitana batine bintu byingi ebiryo munse bitukumana nebitakumanya nadharu fihe nsi bakagitera mutoki bagireba kubarebire annaha laysat lihayyin watana ngo tihino muntu ahurire arituraho emyaka yona ja'aluha lujja enseji bagikora bagihindura eryato kutamburira mu butamburira manyente ensi ngishitamiho konka no kuraba mu buraba hati nyine kugikorera muki watakhadhu salih al-a'mali fiha sufna bakore emirimo mirungi yababera amato kubasya omumisho ga mukama ruhanga basimirwe bakozire ebyabatumirwe mama witu ogo wafa nko muntu ebyo bigambe bitwagamba n'ibyitu twene konka we nko muntu ebiro bye byahererukayo nyowe nubu tinkukira kuhamanti nani ngamba konka hariho muntu ori kuza kugambira ukahurira ogumiri wahurire bintu byaherukire yokora itabari koro musalamu charite hariyo mucyara shatura Aisha wano mushanga ari kurabara nyenki tuina haje tu South Africa tuine bintu byatuwereza tuino genda mbamule kwatu yaine bintu byaguze tuino kubiwereza ebiro bye biherukireyo abirali hi munonga na ruhanga we no kufa kweye abire nazo koro mulimo gwa ruhanga aho kwa baherukire kugamba nabo abagize ati ahi no musiramu wanje undi muninza kutereza munsa atahiro mu busiramu ndi muninza kumutoza shahada you can imagine echo twege muki cyamanyisangu nobuwo kuboyine omumishe bintu byo kuza gukora biri birungi cyo tikikuzibira ruhanga kutwara buko muri mutagukoziri nobuwo kuboyine bibi ebyotegwire koro misho tikikuzibira ruhanga kutwara wala yuakhira Allahu nafsan idha jaa ajaluha obwire bwo muntu bwahika bwo kugenda ruhanga takwasa kuchereza nobuyo kweda chikechi nobuwo kubotegwire kore birunjo misho nobuwo kubotegwire kora ebibi omumisho ruhanga nakutwara so cyamanyisangu obwire bwono butwine mu munsi tukore biruhanga yatutumire gukora icyo kubanza tumurami icya kabiri tombeke ensi yeye ensi twajombeka tuta harimu ibintu byingi harimo kushoma harimo gukora ki nico kureba Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kwabiri nagamba ha muntu innal insana la fi khusr omuntu aryo murosi hatukuri yakomiraho kuri netwebuza ni rosi yazo mu misho illa alladhina amanu kuya habikirize wa amilu salihati bakore mirimo eri kubarugaho eino mugasho ekazaha abandi hako abantu amwe bagira ngo alladhina amanu abikirize wa amilu salihati bakakore mirimo mirungi tokubase bakwasa kukweta omwikiriza ari kwikirizo muri ruhanga otakora birungi so kiri obvious konke birungi byo kukora salihati al-a'malu salihati emirimo mirungi bakweta salihati neri kurugaho oine migasho iwe nko muntu ekakurugaho ekaza ahabandi illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati bakayamba abandi bakareberera abandi bakacondoza bari kubi bakabareberera watawasaw bil haqqi bakagambira n'abantu kugamba amazima watawasaw bis sabri no kugumisiriza omumbera nkezi twatungire bizibu noyebuza oti ona shika twaferwa nomanyo kuferwa oku buryo mwene kumushasho kweye abantu ntuza kuzika ugire kuzikiraho abantu ntuza kuzika turi kutina obwisho abantu ntuza kuzika twino kushasha kanje ndishendekezo omuntu wanje konka okulumwa obulumi abantu twine ebigendererwa byanjawulo nga tugenda okuzika Sheikh Abdurrahman ononsonyi wambadde okushasha bwe bulumi naye omuntu bwajja okuzika buli muntu ayina ensonga ye naye kye tulina okulembeza kweku oku abantu ababeera baviiriddwako abantu baabwe ngaffe.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ogwo mukolo niguza kuba mugufu konka omuganda gwayita gujja kuba gwambala. It's an international function but we'll try to limit it to make sure that our wife, our sister, our mother, we see her in a dignified manner. She's within us here, and for us in Islam, we know she's speaking a few, and she will speak more in a few minutes to come, inshallah. Nanyi ni mukadde waffe, chairman waffe, abagenyi batuuse. Abagurusi bitu bahikiraha mwebale munonga. Hati hakufunza program bakuru bite batuhereza twantwenda omwanya gwa government gutagarukira. Vice chairman ogwe kigongo omukureba ezi development ezimukureba aha akekorera tractor ya leta buli choma chona ekibina district ya leveling ogwo mwanya bakuru bite obo bakwenda kuteekaho facilities ezikuyambe omwanya ogwo nkama rwariro obushomero buche for skilling, not primary, not a secondary, but skilling. Ogwo mwanya chairman akagutuhereza, but vice chairman bwana Kigongo ija oramusya abatakaba aho ntumanya nti government yitu twajihendera. Chairman LC1 yagamba ntumanti byaterera, but we feel unhappy. Kigongo ogwo akozira omulimo ogwo ogwo mwanya ogumukureba arugaha atagambira akagambo kamwe. So mukaddu waffe Kigongo abana baganda bakunu bakahinduka abanyankore niba kumanya byo ragambe oryo mbaronzi baba.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inna lillahi wa inna lillahi rajiun. Family ya the late Kaliisa, abanyantungamo hamwe n'abanyarhama twenda kutwara umugishogu nka government yantungamo kushasha na family habwa sister wito mukamaranga yiro magara genseji konka twena ntumanya ngo buri kitonde kino bwire bwacho kandi obwire kurwa bwashikire tine cyo kubasa kusharaho abo kwa mukamaranga naba yashaziriho bwirobo konka twenda kusima emirimo mirungi sister wito bazikoro magara genseji nshabango rahanga muhereze mwe birungi nze ndi omu ku bamemba ba Salam Charity abawaayo twagala omwebaza omulimu gwe yadde akola okuweerezaayo abantu. Nolwekityo bw'obeera mu nsi muno ejja naayo ng'omuntu gwagyeноonyeza niwe olyokwe iguru eryawo niyo orikuryerondera obwaba ari omu nsi omu iguru yaryerondire yabaasa kukwata omu bintu ebirihanga muhiire n'okumumobilizinga abandi kubaasa kuyamba abandi abantu. Twagala bebaza enyumba ya omugenzi Kaliisa nga gavumenti y'entungamo tukolegana enkolegana yaffe nammwe nnungi nnyo. Abavudde e Kampala famire eno ekolegana ne gavumenti ey'entungamo ate nga mu development zeekola tubawagira ate nga bakola development ez'okuyamba abantu. N'olwekyo nga gavumenti ey'entungamo twagala obeebaza tusaba Allah bongere era mbinywere tusobole okusavinga abantu ba Uganda. Ndigaruka abanyaruhama famire eya Kaliisa hine ebintu byingi byetu byona tukorra bakatukora library yitwa Ruguraha hamwe na hirwarro na n'ebindi bari mbatukorra n'obuvunaanizibwa bwitu nkitwe kurinda development sezo kandi tukaringuna nyencha kare abana bo abuturazaare bazishangaho zabaasa kubayamba. Ntushasha ahabwa amakuru mababa agabireho konka tuyina okwikiriza ngo Mukama Ruhanga sister witu amuhereze ejana Firdaus. N'abanyizire na procurement officer wa municipality ari hariya mbamweta Amdan Sande niwe nija we kandi chairman C5 Sam Muchunguzi yabatari muti yabasa kwija mutakaja ngo bundi kabatija konka kwako bataroho nimbandoho mbwenu twenda kukomaho nasigara ndi Kigongo Asumani district vice chairman abantungamo local government.
Family y'omugenzi Haji Abdul Kaliisa abebembezi b'eddiini abebembezi ba gavumenti hamwe n'imwe abataka abantu abakuru arwa eshonda n'eshonda omu bitinisa byanyu n'abakyara kandi abataka abanyakahita hamwe na Rwengoma ningamo mu izina ry'abataka ahabwokuba ndi munywani w'ekeegi niyenda kubanza mbagambe kutusaasire munonga tungira amakuru mabaga twagira obusaasi bwingi munonga ahabwokuba nikira kugira obusaasi obwo kwakira ebintu bikutanga mbwenu kutuhura okufa mukamwana witu mukyara Hassan ogwo barikora South Africa twahura twajya busaasi omuntu akiri muto akitwabitegateka n'omugasho muhango twahura twajya busaasi konka nibagira ngu buri kintu kiine obunaku bwakyo teri kutwakubaasa kugira kuko abagambe ngu nyowe na family yanjye omukyara hamwe n'abaana banjye abo tugira aho twateekateka tubajya tubona shi aba nijaha ntabwo nategerezaho family konka aba barabeja abo bwabwo bari hari beitu Mukama okozire eki wabe namanya ngo obunaku bwakyo buhikire ekiri kwenda kugambira kwa Hassan ohame kandi kaya Kaliisa muhame abo kuba ebimurabire muri ebintu bingi mutagira ubwoba ahabo kwa mwene banywani banyu mwene abebembezi banyu b'eddiini mwene abari kubahabura mugume muhamire kandi twe turya enyuma yanyu amuri kusiga mpaha niye nasigara ndi omuntu mukuru nango mucweko mu heho kusiza abandi emyaka Haji Kaliisa uko yabe natwaza natukunda kandi nakora emirimo ye nsima mukama kureba ngo abasigire umwe mwagumiza mune nimukore emirimo kuko Kaliisa yabe nakora ntabwo icyo tubishengereza nikabengo katasero umwe ruhanga ko ari abashazirimo gutwara umwana witu itwe no buteye tugize busasi kunka ruhanga go bakwase mugumwe mukwatanise hwerane kandi mugumyane ngoreke mwembeke ya Kaliisa kuko bendegene mukama gumene.
My friend Haji Sebagara, Commissioner, Uganda Electoral Commission. I've known Haji Sebagara for many years. Kaliisa family, friends, relatives, and more important, my family that has come from Kisoro. So niza kwanza kushaba abantu bona baruga Kisoro mwemerere babakirege. So all those who have come from Kisoro, all those who come from Kisoro, who have come for this occasion, please stand up. Now, I think before I get deeper into my few remarks, I want to say the family of Hajat Queen, as Hajat said, the eldest person is Adivera Ngoga. That's our elder sister. Sikora Msekura, also an elder sister to Hajat Queen. Anna Bwenje and your dear husband, Moko. Friday Ngoga, I haven't seen you, but I think you are around somewhere. He's on his way. Mr. Nkuranga and your wife, Florence. Now Nkuranga and Florence, our appearance in Kisoro, because they bounce everything on them. Let it be a funeral like today, let it be a wedding. Those are appearances in Kisoro. Uncle Robert, who is maternal uncle to Hajat, Mr. Robert Vigirimana. Organize Dr. Kenneth Kagame, who is my elder in profession, but also a very great friend of this family. Dr. Kenneth Kagame, for those who are in Tungamo, ndoza mumanyi mukugu bya amaso akorera Embarara. The entire Kaliisa family, you've passed each and every test. You've looked after our sister. You've given her everything. You've had beautiful children. What else can we say other than thank you? Really, let her death be even a stronger pillar for our family and yours to continue this friendship. Let her departure from us not in any way affect our strong relationship we have built over these years. In particular, Hassan, you have shouldered quite a lot. Your home in South Africa has been our home. Many relatives here who have gone to South Africa have found a base in your home. There are even those who passed on, who I know you looked after very, very well. I personally remember one of my late brothers, when he fell sick and we took him to South Africa, you did everything you could. So clearly, we couldn't have asked for a better son-in-law than Hassan. Now, friends and relatives, it's very difficult to say things about late Hajat Queen. But I think as the preacher who read us earlier today said, put it very well, a human being has two jobs. One is to love and serve the Lord, and two, competency, as I think I remember. And I think you summarized very well Queen's character. She did those two things. She loved her God and served God. She served humanity. She loved her family. And again, as I think maybe have been you, there's also quite a lot of community things she did. I occasionally watch NBS, a very entertaining TV. And I think I sometimes follow that program where I can't remember the program's name, where you give out charity program. And I'm glad to hear that she made a little contribution to that charity program. So clearly, we would spend quite a lot to describe what character, what part she has played on earth. And as people say, it's not the number of years you spend on earth, but it's the quality of what you do, even in a short time on earth. And I think her quality was extremely good. Finally, as I said, we do our part as the Kisoro family, as the Nyandekwe Ngoga family, to continue this relationship with you. And I have no doubt in my mind that you do the same. And I think that's the only way we can pay back her services when she was still alive. So finally, with the permission, MC, I mentioned Mr. Nkuranga and his wife are strong pillars in Kisoro. And I want to introduce him again and ask, with your permission, if you can say one or two words, and we'll conclude.
Family of my brother-in-law, or my brother, Hassan, all friends and relatives, protocol observed. I will not talk much after my young brother has talked. I will just words. I've been close to this family. Actually, this is my third time coming here, but to Bali, which is unfortunate. Let me ask all the people that have escorted me from Kisoro to stand up again, kindly for recognition. All those who have come from Kisoro. After hearing this was on Monday at 6. One of my daughters called me that Queen has passed away. Some of the relatives asked me to call a meeting. I said no. I will not bother people. Yesterday, still, they all called me and said, why can't you call a meeting? Or why can't you go on the radio? Since you have friends and relatives who will escort you to go and bury Queen. Sincerely, you people from Kisoro will forgive me. I didn't. Intentionally, I said, I don't want to bother people. Whoever will be able will escort me. Even the Muslim community from Kisoro, the secretary of Kisoro Muslim community is my close friend. He called me, said, why couldn't you really call me and escort you? The treasurer of the district community, who is our brother-in-law, actually is our son-in-law, the son of Haji Letslaji, he also called me. He said, why sincerely could you tell us to escort you to Bali Hajat? Said, me, I didn't want to bother people. And indeed, when she came to Uganda, the second day she called me. Said, do you know, I was looking for an apartment to stay in because I'm going to spend like a month here. But your son, Davis, who was looking for an apartment for me, said he has a room, I can stay with him. Davis sent you. Because if she had gone to that apartment, she would even die, and you could not know. So on Monday, at around 10, 11, one of my daughters called me and said, but on Sunday I had talked to her. I spent a lot of time talking to my wife. By the words she was talking, on her way, on Sunday when she was with my children, said, I'm very, very comfortable with your children. Even if I die now, I don't mind. Can you imagine? And indeed on Monday, she passed away. When ruhanga nagambira umuntu konka atari kukimanya nziza kubaho. Let me assure you, she died a peaceful death. Actually, she died happy. Habokuba no mukasheyishe nankano wa mwitero Oba, the wife of Davis. Is it true? Yeah, the wife of Davis, one of my daughter-in-laws. Just after 30 minutes, she was called by the taxi driver. Do you know what has happened? Then I think the wife called Davis. They all called my children, gathered. They called the aunts. That was Alvera, Annie Brenje, Scholar. That's how they joined them. And plus even your family. Immediately, less than 30 minutes, the hospital was full up by relatives. So let's keep that friendship. Tajara habo kuba Queen yafa ejika twagirugamo. We have the blood that we share. Twinema abana. And you people, when you come to Kisoro, mention any name, mention the Ngoga family, they all know us. Mwamwizire Kisoro mwena. Mugume mutwete, mujye mutwaruga mu family ya Kaliisa, twaruga Mbarara. Actually, it Yakubu Ayubu twatumazire emyaka nka 20. Ogu bakabankumira hamwe nawe kamukuzi. Ko twahika mutwamanyana. That's how I came to know he's my brother-in-law. Na ko twahika yambuza ati omuhala wawe yabere naturetere byo kurya rinkaye. Namujya ati Anna is there. In fact, some of my relatives don't know this girl. She's our daughter. She's our granddaughter. Imwebana nyoko gumpani tuturi kumuzara. Kati mukutumanya turakisoro. Nje naza kubagambiraje. Mwe nurangwe igikatwine mu buzari. Let me not talk much. Konka mweba yari kushendekeza mahara witu rukunde gumeho.
Murumuna wanjye nieka yawe yasigaraho abintu shobona bamasheka baryaha unyadino mbitinisa byanyu Reveranda n'abanyadini abandi abeka yangoga aho kwa nimwe obusasa umwine nicyo kimwe n'ubwa side age nimwe abantu mwena ogu nandahura abo kuba tinkabe biningamba hati yatandika kungamba kundi bibyo butegeki bundi bibiha konka mbwenu ndi umbusasi asa nogu najanturi murumuna wanje akwabe nashwera umucyara wabera umuntu wo mucyara wanje kandi ekeji ya Kaliisa ninjumanya munonga kurige nyuma mbwenu ogo musigazi we n'umwana mutogo n'uwanyuma wazi takumanya yitwarigire ahanyuma kandi yizireho ira akiriho umuzeyo ndizo nawe tumtambarire imyaka ya 30 25 nyo omwezi wo guhira mazire imyaka yanjye 8 ebi turabire muni bingi konka Hasani ecyatureta hatwenera izoba no kushashaniwe ukuri kushasha ha mutima umanyangu nito tuyo nshasha nkiwe nwaso kujya twana shi abantu bashasha bata nko kunashasha konka twene tugwerirwa kagwe omucyara wanje akansigaho ijo Sunday atikanze kurira murumuna wanje atubajya ngo yazo mwirwariro ati yagenda umwabazi nazo mu kitanda nyenka nagwe jigira yakashanka mukaga nari mushanzo gwekiro yabyamati yamfaho yakashanga naye byamire munonga omukasheshe gwaje kunyumusi ntumurugure yahikaye atika tagenzire. You can imagine the shock. Ayaza kureba murumuna kuza kungambira ngo kana binajat bagira ngo nabasa kwiza kubaje. That shock. Rero yanjire mu kunana atungire shock nkejo, I imagine ukatunga greater shock. Konko gume nahorra ebibamba shomesa aha abanyadini arho sheko umwe abana manyarahiye yana shomesa kiruhanga yatangire okumukunda na nokombeke ensiye okombeke ensiye n'ikintu kikuru tikira noko narshi sheke cyana amanyisa nokombeke ihanga mbwenu aroki nayega yabana mweto kuburura umbasiramu yabana mweto kushomesa konka nashoma cyangu munonga ugumushe ningira ngo nogumushiza shomera munonga boko byashomesa nahora byankwata habo kuma nkita bo kushomesa by'amateka tugumushizaga n'uwamani arogambira abantu kantuko bacenga cyangu imamu kasozi we politics zo tukazikora hukumwe nabyetegereza kandi nazamakero ko tukaturu kumwe konka mutakagira ngo abamba shomesa aba bashomesa abasiramu bonka bashomesa itwe twene nko kuri Reverend wagamba tugire kitwayega okuburira kwawe no kwiza hakuzika tugire kitwagenda twegire tutakazika omuntu kamuto munanga kuriya tukabyebwa tugire kitwayega eki kutwara omisho kangamba hamwana uga abana aba taro kintu kibinko kuferwa nyuko uwa yonkire ayakuhekire ayakozere ibyo byona kugira ngo yakusigaho n'ikintu kibi munonga ubwo hati kikakugira mu tazin't sunk in konka bwanyuma it will sink in nujya kwebuza ubona yagendera kimwe. You might think ko kubura umutono utekereza ngo naza kuzoka konka yagendera kimwe konka letiti kumurarga letiti sink in ngurahangana uyamutwara shabe namukunda ubino abana mbintu mukunda twena tubintu mukunda abazirwa nabo bamukunda abari umuntu arukundwa abantu bona ubusiramu bintu mukunda wahore byakoreye ubusiramu konkar hanga asaziremo kumutwara kandi yamutwara atasibwire abaturaganisa bamwe kwiza kutereza cyakiro kugira ibyo natubyashyikirizwa icyo nacyo gire cyatwegese bambagamba babakoze umuzigitiye babagizire ubwo mu reverend yageseho kantu ako muni kuwa kufa bakakubarira nkai yabo wa dini yabazeze dini zitandikire yabaziha bakakubarira nkai huko zirushye so mbwenu umuramu wanje ogu nawe ine cyasigira yayegesa abandi ngo ino kunda ruhanga kandi kugira ibi wamukorera okamumbekera sebo tinguza gamba by'ubutegeki biriya naho raro yajya atogutwa mu muzindara kazagamba by'ubutegeki ona saa myaka 9 nince gambe by'ubutegeki ni ngambe bindi atinyo ni ngambe by'amateka ni mpabura amateka abantu abato kahi abuna kubini mpabura bagenzi banje by'ubutegeki no babimanya no besiza bagumiza muntu bakore ibyo nicyo tukore ibindi konkamwe abantu ba hano nyakahita manye ngo twashasha nimwe icyo rero twatera umuhanda muri ngugu mazira ubwiri nambwe n'umwana wanje sheka kuyafuire Dr. Tindizire kumuzika ko kantarumu konka ndi member wa family so nicyo nizira ngo tushashe kumwe mbwe nuko kumwashaba katushabira hanga amuhereze cyumuro kirungi.
My best friend next to Queen Mrs. Wenje yangambira mporo takumuhorera nubivuge maze nubivuge mukadde wange Hassan nagende ngeri gende mu byamawulire nempandika ebintu bye simanyi ku mukama wange ono nawandike bruwa siriddamu kufuna ebbaluwa enkambwe bwetyo naye ngamba okuzanyirako ku linnya lya katono amawulire gange ngenda by that time ndoza wayise emyaka nga 15 ngenda mulirira approximately to a billion 900 millions nzimuwe ebbaluwa nagifuna nali mu office Kololo naye nesanga nyimiridde Kampala Road nga simanyi kyenkolawo najjukira bujukizi ate nga tetulina boda ebiseera ebyo ate nga sigenze na motoka kitegeeza nali nzirusa bigere nengamba if I go to his office mugambe ki I tried kino kigenda wa mukulu waffe Hassan nenzijukira nti chairman wa DP ya Haji Ali Serunjoji ate president wa DP nadduka wanga Haji Serunjoji yampa omukyala nga kanziruke nengenda taata omanye ekiriwo ebbaluwa yiyo ti ngaleese obuzibu nagayitawo tugende we twatuuka ekisinga okuluma mukyala wange oyo we twatuuka Haji Serunjoji n'amugamba nti kwata omuggo and thank you for respecting my father. Yayingira sawa zali mukaaga yasangawo around 50 people, very prominent ministers, honorable MPs. Naye bwe yali ayitamu bwati n'agamba nti I don't know the order, I will see you in order, but let me respect Haji Ali Serunjoji, kamulebe first. Leno yanterawo kaki tahemu ahubwo ndimu nintetema nibenda kuntwara mu kihome hako akakatekamu yagira nti kuba ranteke ruzira n'ekishumuruzo nibaza kukinago mu Lake Victoria yacyandiko mu kabaro najya ntubona shebi nenki sebo kindi tofayo dokita ngenda kwangu ekintu kino njagasa nakitegere amainti natasibwe kyekiri moyo kati nagamba nti this is your son obwo aliyo nanyeto muganda this is your son ono mwana wange wa muntu mbwe lete mboko tukube ebaluwo giyuze navayo mu ntebe nankwata mu ngalo naga mwana wange ono mukulu munnange neyiri mumwegendereze ebintu bijja baviiramu bibi genda okola emirimu gyo kati Mrs. Wenjo ono wenamuyitira lwaki tewayogera Hasani eri wagenda kukola yoki wandi muwadde password ya Hasani teyandigenze mu kintu kyonna Katonda we lwansanga naye nawe wayita wakyamu wandi badde okozesa Hasani takumanyi ntoli brother wa Hasani. So thank you very much obugalo obuvudde wa mukama wange awo nandibadde ndiruzira sivangayo ate olwenda bandirujje waabo fozi kina tunde ka NBS agenda nzijeyo so nagamba nti you go you are my son ku side ya Haji Serunjoji ate kati mfuse mukuru munne nga wetuli so mukirize nga tuli ku nsonga ya Queen nga tugenda kufuna ebigambo byaffe ebisembayo tufune dua ya kazi Imam Kasozi ono kajjeko wano Imam Kasozi kirabikoba Hasani yamuwa akati Makerere University awo simanyi waawo 82 bisi be bamanyi naye Hasani abika yabakwasa akati wano ajje wano ku timu ya Hasani we basomye we bakoze ajje wano batolere ku Salam enzarwa yakuno hari yakajara niwo muntu weka kuruga kajara atakumanya orunyankore akanshobera nawe muza ntibitu imamu bakigongo kali magambo orunyankore nzibe nayogera ngo orunyankore nga bankube emboko bakukubanga zaki simaye bano be bajungu tabatuletera obusiramu nga tebagala kujungulura bintu byabwe.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam tasliman kathira. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إنك ميت وإنهم ميتون. All protocol observed. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We have a conglomeration of languages being spoken here, and that shows how human beings are related. And unfortunately, for one reason or another, we sometimes discriminate ourselves without remembering that the world is so small. You forget the technology, but it is so small. And I want you to get that real meaning from the last words of Kaliisa when he published something in the newspaper. Honorable Bwenje wrote a letter where it ended. Today, I think even if Bwenje had also known that you were brother to Hassan, probably he would not have written the letter. But when he wrote the letter, he says like this. When he wrote the letter, now it brought in Serunjoji. All that is relationship. That's why we need to unite it. That part is finished. Sebo kadhi bakama bange okuva family ya Haji Abdul Kaliisa kulwa muganda wange ate mukwano gwange Dr. Anas namwe munzikirize ntuuse okusaasira kwange olw'okufiirwa mukyala waffe. Bwe mbadde nva awaka wange ku ssaawa 12 ngenda kika 10 ez'okumakya omu ku bantu benna ebadde nabo wano tazze kubanga mukyala Queen mukwano gwe tatambula my own wife mukyala wange omukulu abantu bazo ate bamanya atambula kati bwinga nti tatambula nebaga nti omukulu my first wife she sent you her condolences. She should have been physically here. Naye, she is disabled. Oh, it's the wrong word. I have used the wrong word. She has a disability. If we don't call them disabled, we say they have disabilities. She should have been here, but she hasn't been. Because of that, she would have been here. Then on my way, I received another 2 messages. We have a group of people, we are 7 in our group. They call them Uncle Mahabuba Zaidi visit. Many live in the diaspora. Out of those 7, I think we are only 3 here, the 4 are in the diaspora. They also send their condolences. Then, from ex-Mumsa, now I can see several ex-Mumsa here, because at least I am seeing 2 former chairmen of Makerere University Muslim Student Association, Sentongo and Abdul Hakim. Those were chairmen of Mumsa. They are also here. But I joined Makerere in 1982. Kaliisa Hassan was, I think, in 3rd year. I don't know, 2nd year, 3rd year, because he was 2 years ahead of me. And he was part of the Makerere University Muslim Students Association. About some 3 years later, over 4, his other young brother became the chairman of Mumsa, Bashir. Ibrahim served Mumsa as secretary. Muhammad served Mumsa as treasurer. Karim did not, because he opted for Guide presidency. He was in the Guide president, but he also came to Mumsa through Musau, Muslim Student Association of Uganda. Ekyo kiina kyekitulaga mu family eno. So relationship eyo ffe yetuleeta wano eri continuous. Nga bagambye nze banzaala eno kituufu. Naye ku generation zaffe bazadde baffe baali bakyali very sensitive nga bagala nnyo to protect their identity. And they were very strict. Sifefika, all of you from different backgrounds, you know. You can be there and people think you don't know the language. But later, you speak it. Why? People were very serious about preserving their identity. That is our generation. Today it is different. Many children. Mother is Muganda, father is Muganda, mother is Munyankole, father is Munyankole. He does not know 10 words of Munyankole. Or he cannot construct a sentence. Why? Because you have adopted this language I am speaking. Whenever I speak this language, those of you who speak it originally, me of course with my children, no. I remember I was reading a book because of the conflict between the Luo and the Kikuyu. In that book, they drew a picture, one Luo, another one Kikuyu. And the Mzungu wrote down below, if it were not my language, how would you have communicated? I don't know how many of you have ever read that book, but me, I read it. If it were not for my language, how would you have communicated? So that's why people wish to learn their own languages so that they can communicate in that. But when we interchange like this, we can use whatever language is available for us to make sure that everybody gets satisfied. I knew Queen. Maybe I have taken long also, but I knew her. She used to come to my home with my wife and others. And her commitment to Islam. When I heard people say what they were saying, I did not get surprised as a person. Because I think she was one of those people who say, when you decide to do something, or to become something, become that thing. Many of you are half-hearted. Eh? People, you, because you think you have maybe too much advanced. I remember, I think when she lost her mother way, you remember when we went to church? Yeah.
Sibo, Uncle Sibo.
Oh yes, yes. When Sibo, when Sibo died, I was trying to remember who died. You see, and the commitment she had, she observed her faith, but respected the uncle who had passed away. So, wherever you are, that is the most important. Bwenje mudde bamwogerako bwenje. Me, I knew Bwenje when I was senior 4. After the war in 1979, and you were making those advanced programs for the campaigns in 1980. And you came to Tunga High School in 1980. I was in Sia 5 with Semo Gerere and the others in Krashamai to make campaigns. I remember those days. And I also now, after that, I have no after in the new generation where we are. Some people may not realize what other people contribute. But for us, tuteekamu amaanyi n'okukola bino bannaffe tubayigirako. Sheikh Anas Kaliisa, simanyi bwe nnyinza kumudescribing. I don't know how I can describe. Maybe if you want me to describe him for you, you need to come a full day. We sit together and I tell you who he was. Because him and Sheikh Rutaya, they had one characteristic. For them, money was nothing in their life. If you met them and you asked for money, if you say, I want 100,000, and he has 100,000, he would just give it to you. Go, genda. Yes, without minding. Kaliisa, Rutaya, I worked with them, I know them. Nja kufuna endala. Abantu abala ffenna tusiba nga twekuniza tulowooza nti bwe tukuuma ne tusigaza lwe tugenda okubeera baki abagagga ne twerabira okumanya nti obugagga be bantu bano. You see, people are here because of Queen, because of this family, because of the great family from Soro. Thank you very much for being sincere to yourselves and sincere to your own and firm when you are dealing with even those other people whom sometimes you had because during when we are younger, we have bigger stories from different people because of their religion, because of their tribe, whatever. But I want to conclude by telling you, Munsi in the world, you play with anything you want on a person. Two things always be very careful. Ethnicity and religion. They are two basic institutions that provide primary security to any person. If somebody is from your ethnic background, even if you commit a mistake and you are in a strange land, he will hide you. Equally with the religion. So that's why people sometimes kill for religion or they kill for their ethnic backgrounds. So always when you deal with the people, be very sensitive because people are so dear to those institutions. Tetulina kye tuyinza kukolera Hajati Husnah okujjako okukola ki? Okumusabira. Ekyokubiri, tumuyigireko ebyo bye batugambye. Ekyokusatu, bye bigambo biri byenze byensomye mu Kulaani. Ebigambo ebyo bye byogera kufa. Bakwogerako wala naye ebyo byali specific. Omuntu gwe baawa Qur'an agitusomese gwe baabigamba nti innaka mayit wa innahum mayitun. That you are among the dead. Tell them also that they are dead. So I am among the dead and all of you, we are all dead. But we are only able to communicate now. If we are aware of that we can all die and we are going to die, then let us behave very well. Let us treat others well. Let us be peaceful. Let us be honest. Let us be sincere. Let us be transparent. I think some of those characteristics Husnah had them, if not all of them. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide her in her journey, to be merciful to her, to bring companions to her, to make her see the good she did and the results of that good, to forgive her for all that may have occurred, knowingly or unknowingly, which we consider negative. Sebo mukulu wange Hassan, mukulu wo oba mukulu waffe kati, mukulu bwenje akugambye, oba bwenje era bwenje oba mukodomi oli yayogedde ekigambo ekyo, kati tulyoke naawe oli mugumu. Nenjaga kukujusa kakati we tuli bangi, by saawa 12 tujja batusigadde batono. Enkya ku makya tukendeerere ddala wabeewo n'abajja. Time etuuke bonna bano bakozi ba mirimu, baganda be bennyini nnyini, buli omu ku bo ofiisi ng'emwetaaga, bonna badduke. Naawe osigala n'abantu abatono. N'olunaku lw'onadda mu kisenge ekyo mw'obadde obeera naye, n'olaba nga tagenda kudda, tugenda kuddayo kumulaba, lw'ogenda okutegeera nti yafudde, kati tonnamanya. You are only feeling it. Naye real effect of that, the death, si kubanga bafudde bangi, bakadde bafudde nga ng'oli mukulu, baganda abo bali mikwano gyo, naye kati lw'ogenda okutegeera nti really this is death. Ng'otuuse mu kisenge kyammwe n'okakasa nti tagenda kudda, n'omala ennaku 2 nga teweebase, olulala otulo ne tukubba ne weebaka, oddajja kulemu teweebaka, naye buli lw'onaatuuka ngaawo osabe Katonda omugambe nti Allahumma thabbitha bikawli thabiti yuthabbitu Allahu alladhina amanu bikawli thabiti. Katonda amunyweze n'ekigambo ekinywevu, naawe akunyweze nakyo osobole okuva mu mbeera eno. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahu akbar. La ilaha illa Allah. Allahu akbar. Allahu akbar wa lillahi alhamd. Yoyo mukadde waffe Imam Kasozi Idi, ye mukama waffe, tasiba zikweya seye wammwe mu field ya politics neno mukambwe nnyo. Natulako mu lukiiko lwa district Imam Jusikazi oyo nga tuuziza General Assembly ye kyamuforcing ku addressing, n'agamba nti bitu Imam katubye nti mutiinira busha kano musha mulungi katushitamire nawe katugambira ebigambo eyo kazi na addressing assembly lwe bakuyita si mu politics ate no mu ddiini mukambwe nnyo kasitogiramu oti Imam Kasozi tomuwona yoyo mukadde waffe era muto wa mukulu waffe Hassan Kaliisa. Webale nnyo ebigambo ebyekizadde, mubiwulidde ebigambo bya Queen abasomesa n'omusomesa Sheikh Mustafa avudde waggulu, ffe tugamba ku bye tulabyeko mukwano gwa Allah. Mukama wange nga wajja waliwo kyenyinza okwogera nga tajja kyogera ku ludda lwa Charity family ekyemwogeddeko. Queen emyezi egisembyeyo 6 witness ye mukulu wange Hassan abadde akola ebintu ng'ayanguyiriza. Neemala nfuna country director wa Salam Charity, tetujja kubalaga oba kubajjayo. Queen yatuuka ekiseera n'awamba Salam Charity. It is a huge organization under Next Media to support humanity. Naye Queen yatuuse ekiseera tiimu yaffe gye tuyina ennene ng'agisazeeko agiwambyeko. Number 1, she's very principled and strict. Bw'aba inagamba nti orphanage in Ruwero, let's do this and ABC, mumisinga eddakiika, you will know whom she is. Tayagala kwawukana ku ndagaano. Queen akoze ebintu ng'ayanguyiriza. Bwe yatuuse in the country n'asooka wuumulamu nnaku nga 2 kubanga mukulu wange yanzibirako mukwano gwayingidde. Ye n'atambuulira naye Hassan n'aŋŋamba mukwano gwayingidde. Engeri gye manyi mukama wange, engeri gye tukolagana, saatawaana kumusindikira ka message. Naye bwe nanga ziyiseewo nnaku 2 ne mugamba I smell you around. N'aseka enseko ze. I'm smelling you. N'aseka. How did you know? Twaniriza Kakonge Bidandi abo ku nsonga za Queen through Alivera babimanyi, naye mukama wange Muhammad wali insha Allah. Ngampita mukama wange mbategeeza Queen in charity n'aba nti bwe yayingidde message gye yasindise ku forum watulagira okukola emirimu gya charity, n'agamba I am a guest of Baby Imam. Baby Imam ayinanga around 6 years. He's an orphan. Muba orphans babada supporting, babada ayamba, agulira school fees, abagulira uniform, abaliisa. Mukadde waffe Bidandi tusanyusa okulaba mikwano gyo bonna batuuse dda we bali. So mukama wange nga wajja Queen n'agamba I'm a guest of Imam, I'm a guest of Baby Imam, that young orphan. It's a school of around 100. Queen yabadde abalabirira. Ogwo mulimu si mutono gye tuli. All the way from South Africa. Hassan abitegeera bulungi. It is today lwabadde guest wani Baby Imam and those orphans. Kweganga kyagezaako okutulaga tayagala kola ki? Dhuhiya gye twakavaamu sebo mukadde wange chairman, Queen yasindika ente, embuzi bye tasobola kubala okuliisa bamulekwa. Ebyo byonna Queen n'abikola. Message ze ezasembye oboozi scrolling about team ya charity weri bajjudde awo, olabira ddala instructions ze naye yagambye nti let's have a rest. Ng'awulira atuvuze nnyo, let's have a rest. Allah amwogereramu nti Queen byokola birabika biweddeyo, naye Mungu amuyitiramu olw'omukuba nti mukwano gwe n'atugamba let's have a rest. That rest she's coming to go through. Abadde ayina abaana ba sickle cells. You see them in newspapers. Babadde alabirira eno e Masaka, Mr. Chairman. Sorry to say this, bye bigambo Queen baagala awulire ne malayika ezimuliko. Bas abaana ba sickle cells Queen yababaddeko ng'abalabirira. Nakati bali mu ddwaliro e Masaka. Holiday. Buvuma ayinayo huge orphanage. Orphans babadde alabirira Buvuma ku kizinga Yudle. Ono yabadde asinga okugenda Buvuma. Naye ali awo nti amazzi gatabusa delaying to go in a single day ayoso okugenda Buvuma nga Queen is sending their assistance that side. Engoye na buli kimu. Nti amazzi simanyie amayengo gatabusa tagala kiwulira. Please, if it is to give, let's do that. Je mirimu mukwano gwaffe, mukwano gwammwe gyagendeddeko n'aba nti ndeeta apology era ngigambye chairman wange Muhammad ne mugamba Hassan bw'anaabazze tanyigire nti kiki. Yaŋŋambye ne Alivera namugambe, yaŋŋambye please take a cut Queen. Bwe naddira eyinzeemu mpulira ebigambo biyita ku social media Ubba. Yabadde mu Ubba. Muhammad ye I always come naga I don't mind. Ekyo Hassan ajja kitegeera. Nange yabadde aŋŋambye emmotoka n'akuzingiraawo n'akujja mu stress. Naye nga ye mukwano gwaffe tayagala kutawaanya muntu. Tusaba mukadde waffe Muhammad ojje abantu bo bonna we bali.
District Kadhi Sheikh Kashanjirwe, bamasheki baffe abakulu abalungi abaweeseza eddiini yaffe ekitiibwa, abaziire biitu omuziire Gava na maama Jovia, omushomesa wanje Reverend Bwanahoro kanshomesa mu primary 6 nkani ntungigana no ekijuko ekyo, abajenyi biitu mwena abaruga Kampala, abaruga Ruhama na munonga abaruga Kisoro. On behalf of the Kaliisa family, I welcome you here. but also I thank you so much for coming in large numbers to condole with us. Many times we call you here for these kind of matters, and all the times you've always come, and not only come, but you come in large numbers. I want to assure you that as the Kaliisa family, we are what we are because of you, because of your love, because of your support all the time. So I must appreciate you. I must thank you. Many of you were here before we got here. And I always apologize to the Ruhama community, especially the LC or RC leadership. Ngubita abo ba Kaliisa bali agumani batuletera bad news. We normally come here because of this kind of news. But as a charity, Kaliisa Foundation is part of Salam charity, where I am the chair. We decided that having served elsewhere, including Uganda at large, we decided to come back and do a very big library for our school, Ruhama, so that we bring back home, we serve our community. So that was to thank you for that love you have for us and to appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okuziika twagamba sha munana. Okani ndazara bamu, and we normally keep time. So I'm going to be brief. Ask my big brother, the husband of the late, to come and join me. He's a bit unsteady, but he will join me. Then I also ask Ashraf to come and join me, and Dr. Hajara, also you can come. In my family, I've always been the strongest in times of grieving or bereavement. But today I found out that we have another character that is very strong, actually almost stronger than me, and that is none other than Dr. Hajara. Dr. Hajara Nunu is the firstborn of Hajat Queen Kaliisa. Ogomwana is very strong. Ashraf Ija na Hassani. You will say something. Hassan Kabaramuse Abasimi is not well.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ndiyomubwira bubi hati amani ni make, ebigambo byanje ninza kubisikira Muhammad akora munonga twabakira mwena Ruhanga simwe kandi atwatirireho.
Webale ogwo ni mukoro wanje Hassan Kaliisa. He's the director of education in South Africa. All the way from Ruhama, he heads education in South Africa, in the province of Gauteng, where there is Johannesburg. Mumuhobugaro. Mbwenu, allow me to thank the family of the Ngoga, where our wife, the late Husnah Queen Kaliisa, comes from. We normally say headed by Auntie Rivera. Rivera, you see there, is both a man and a mother and an in-law. She's all around. Rivera, we thank you and your family for choosing the Kaliisa family mukatomwana wanyu in 1991, whom we have kept so well for over 30 years. We promised you when you are giving us Queen that for sure we will keep her so well and she will be able to do whatever she wishes to do. During the 30 years, the over 30 years of marriage, Queen has been able to give us Dr. Hajara Nunu, Dr. Gumiromu South Africa, na akanikaba Zuru.
and Ashrafu, Kaliisa. These are the daughter and son of Queen Kaliisa. So when I talked to her, she was failing to get flight connections. She said, Uncle Mo, they call me Uncle Mo, whatever you do, ensure please that you wait for us, because I don't see the worth if us as a daughter and a son, we are not there. So please, I trust that you will take my instructions. So I found the Queen's character in this young lady called Nunu. Queen has been very principled, very nice, very principled, very religious as you've heard, giving back. He did not want anything. Eba kweteri jende bya manyanga. Queen nabaya kutire. He can even slap you. So she's been very strict. She's been very straightforward. So this daughter here, I will ask her to say salam. If you have anything else, please say it.
Which both mine.
Yeah. Dr.
Sorry. Salam. I don't know if everyone can hear me, but Salam alaikum and hello to my mother's family as well. It's very nice to see that there's a lot of this way. Sorry. I'm glad to see that there's a lot of people that have showed up for my mother's funeral. People have traveled far and wide, and also seeing my mother's side coming from Kisoro, and everyone who's representing her and her side as well. I see a lot of familiar faces as well, and that I've happened to say hello to. And then I think I see Auntie Venny there as well, and Auntie Winnie somewhere there that they came through. I was hoping to see you guys as well, so I'm glad to see everyone came. Also to my dad's side, for everyone making it possible for my brother and I to come. Alhamdulillah for that, because it was a very tight fit, and we were worried that we weren't going to be able to make it for her funeral. But we are here, and alhamdulillah for that as well, for us being here. And I'm sure everyone's mentioned it as well already, how religious my mother was. And she also told me, even when she was younger, growing up Catholic, they also grew up very religious as well. So I think that just translated when she became a Muslim as well into her actions. And she just continued with that same faith. And she really loved her deen, as I see it's the same story here as well. Even back home, she was also known as someone who really lived for her deen, and she made sure Islam was in our house as well. And I know there's also family friends at home who would have also loved to have been here, like Uncle Jamil and the whole family there as well, and that they couldn't be, Uncle Jamil, Auntie Zainab, that they could have been here, Auntie Zainab with them, but it was too short notice. But Jazakallah for all the help, Jazakallah and thank you for everyone being here to celebrate my mom, and also to talk about her character and how strict she was as well, but also how principled she was, and how she led her life like that, and how she also wanted us to be that way as well. And yeah, I don't have many words, but yeah, even especially also to Auntie JJ for making it possible for us to be here. It was really a touch and go there that we weren't going to be here. But I do know that my mother would have been very happy to be buried in Uganda. So I take solace and I think our family takes solace in the fact that she's more than happy to be buried in Uganda. I think everything is God's will and God's timing and Allah Ta'ala Subhanahu's will. And we accept His will and His decree, no matter how it comes, whether we're ready for it or not. But it's His mercy, and He bestowed His mercy on my mother that she could die in her homeland, and where everyone could come to her funeral as well, and her family. So Jazakallah, and thank you everyone for coming, and I'll greet you all later. Jazakallah on behalf of my family.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Hajara. Nunu, Kaliisa. She has actually said it all. I may have nothing more to add, but to thank the Ngoga family. Very good people, very peaceful, very professional. Muri abantu barungi 10 out of 10. Mwebale kutuha Queen. Queen as a wife, she's been 10 out of 10. That's why you can see Dr. Nunu and Ashraf. Ashraf na mtemahu abokuba byona yabigamba. As a person, 10 out of 10. As a mother, 10 out of 10. I had nothing to fault Queen for. Neither do I have any fault to fault the Ngoga family. Muri abantu barungi, mwebale kandi mwebale munonga. Many of you are my in-laws, but I call you Aunt Rivera, Auntie Mauda, Auntie Mrs. Wenje, because you are so parental. I request that this love, this relationship keeps on. Katusigareturi family, like the earlier speakers said, we are one and we belong to each other. I thank you so much. I thank the sheikhs who prayed the whole night for Queen. Queen died peacefully, got sick in one day, got admitted in one day, and passed on in one day. Fe ab'eddiini babagambira bakalisa tulina eddiini fe tuba tukirabamu message endala that Queen has gone to meet her God era the heaven is waiting for her. Ne bamuwaddeko obujulizi byonna biraga ekyo. So baseeka tubeebaza abasomye edduwa ate ne tubeebaza okuwa obusiraamu ekifaananyi ekirungi. Edda abantu baalabanga enkofiira ezo nga baagala kusemberayo, naye kati bakimanya nti abasiraamu bantu balungi bannange. Bw'obawa omwana wo abeera bulungi, afumba, azaala, ate ne bamulabirira n'oluganda ne balulabirira. Mwebale okutuwa ekifaananyi ekirungi eky'obusiraamu ng'eddiini ya Katonda ey'enkizo. Tubeebaza nnyo nga mukulembeddwa district kadhi. Mwebale nnyo. Sheikh Abdurrahman, weebale okuva e Kampala naawe n'ojja n'osaba. Watuwadde edduwa ekiro ne ndaba ng'etuukiridde. Tukwebaza nnyo nnyo nnyo. Hari ekibakweta Salam charity. That is our largest indigenous charity that you people should join, because we do a lot of humanity activities. We mobilize within ourselves. Every project that comes, we come to you. You contribute. We implement the project as we showcase on our TVs. We said we shall not go back to the West or to the Arabs to look for money. We have the capacity ourselves. The 1,000, the 2,000 you give is the one that has done wonders. So, as a tribute to our late wife, Husnah, Queen Kaliisa, who was instrumental in Salam charity, let all of us agree that every month we shall be contributing to Salam charity so that it goes in the way of Queen getting benefited out of that charity. Tuombekire ebintu bingi, tuombekire amashomero countrywide because of the 1,000 you contribute. So as a tribute to Queen, Salam charity mugijumbire ebeerewo ezimba amasomero gaffe, erabirire banidde, ezimba amalwaliro, egabe eddagala. N'obugambo obwo butono kansabe muto wange Karimu nti sebo tugende tuziike, tusooke tusalire omufu tugende tuziike. Nze nga chairman wa family mba nkusabye, simanya oba nkusabye oba nkulagidde.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Bismillah. Bismillah.
Thank you.